Twitch, I am SimUK, this is American Truck Simulator, and today we're driving around the state of Oregon. We're continuing on from where we left off yesterday. Hello and welcome. So, everything should be set up. You'll notice that the Twitch display is totally different now. Hopefully I've fixed the chat box. And if we just take a quick look at our fuel and sleep needs, you can see we do need to go and find somewhere to kit. So let's do that first. Where are we at? Just there. So we can come around this side and have a little kip there, and then we'll set up, find a delivery, and off we'll go. I'll just turn the engine off. Whoops. Incidentally, if you're looking at the Oregon DLC and you're thinking, I don't know, is it worth £10? I'd say probably, yeah, actually. It's pretty big. It's very nicely done. There's loads of new models, loads of new content. It certainly adds something new to the American Truck Simulator experience. I, for one, have not been much of a American Truck Sim fan, to be totally honest with you. The initial release day problems, which I mentioned in the last stream, put me off right at the beginning, and I never really kind of got back into it. ETS2 I just find is a bit more fleshed out, has a bit more content, it's a bit more fun to drive, more stuff to look at, and DLCs like Oregon, perfect for balancing things out. Took a long time to get here, I suppose. There is that. Man, look at the traffic. I am not going to be able to get out of here. Come on, guys. The old indicators on, I suppose. Suppose we might be able to get out. These fire trucks. Municipal fire department. Oh man, I'm not going to be able to get out here, am I? Maybe we'll go round the long way. I've got to say, I do like the big fat dashes on the Peterbilts. Very easy to see what speed I'm doing. No excuses for speeding. So technically, can I turn... Oh, the light's gone green anyway. Dude, seriously. Good day, Mr. Wolf. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining me in the stream today. Did you see that guy hit me then? Unbelievable. So we're going to go find somewhere to chill out, somewhere to relax. Get our energy levels back up. Good. Good, 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 good. Is the chat working today? Looks like it is. The chat box? Yeah, good. Oh, crikey, where did he go? Ah, the lights were green. So we should unlock something here. Not sure what it's going to be. Ah, employment office. Or recruitment agency as it's also known. Right, so we're pulling in just here, I think. We're not going to be able to buy this right now. But is there somewhere we can kip? Not entirely sure there is. Okay, so chat box is working, that's good. Apologies for the abbreviation of your name there. I imagine anybody with a name that length is going to be called something along those lines. Right, so I don't think I can park here. We'll have another look. Where can we go? Where can we go? Oh, we'll have to go here. That'll have to do. Don't want to be falling asleep or running out of fuel like we did in the last one. Can't see. No excuse for speeding. And I'm in the wrong lane. Damn it. Got to get used to these American style roads. They're actually pretty sensibly laid out, I think, having dual lanes like this. How are you then, sir, says Wolf. I am very good, thank you. Looking forward to having a bit of a drive. Wow, they changed so fast. There we go. Pretty sure I'm going to have to get a mod that slows down the speed of the traffic lights here. They've just changed so quickly. Righto, so I can just park anywhere, can I? Perfect. Probably should have looked for the job first. Oh nice, we get to see what it looks like at night now. That's cool. Alright. Let's go find a job. Nope, that's the wrong one. No, that's the wrong one again. There we go. So, we're in Bend. Ah, some lumber. Where are we taking that? That's not really far enough, is it? Bend to Burns. That's not so bad. 20 tons of mortar. Ah, I think this is the one. Yes, 10 tons of logs. That's good for us because we've got a really, really weak little truck right now. and we get to go to Klamath Falls, which sounds really nice. So yeah, set that as GPS destination, and off we go. If I can remember where my lights are. There we go. Oh man. Missed the lights again. There's a pawn shop over there. That's definitely a bit of new modelling. So if you guys know of any good mods for traffic and traffic lights predominantly, follow the traffic signs. Yeah, if you do know of anything that's worth getting for American Truck Sim, please let me know, because at the moment I'm pretty sure I'm running vanilla. .45 mph speed limit. Why is that then? It's pretty slow. Ah yes. You're looking to get one of those shifters, aren't you, Wolf? From an immersion perspective, they are very, very immersive, I think. They look to be. I can imagine they would be. Although the issue, obviously, I've seen your rig, so for you it's not going to be quite such an issue, but for me I'd have to figure out a way of putting my shifter lower down, because obviously they're quite long, the old oh, that was a tight one, and stalled it. Nice. Oh wow, this is a bit off-road. So yeah, I need to find a way to install it lower down, so that I've got that authentic alignment, if you will. .45 mph speed limit down here. Good lord. I'm doing 20 and it feels like the wheel's going to jump out of my hand. 35, that's a bit more realistic. Can you hear the wheel kicking about something rotten? In a good way, mind. find it. This is actually a really cool aspect of the game, of the DLC. These off-road sections. Like I say, the force feedback on them is absolutely perfect. It feels really authentic, the way that's kicking about. It does make you want not to drive too fast down them. If I'm going to have to bring this 10-ton trailer full of logs down here, that's going to be interesting. Again, I don't think you see it in the dark, but you've got vehicles out there sort of moving logs around and stuff. Nice aesthetics. Here we go. Freight market. Bend to Klamath Falls. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There she is. Oh no! Gone down a dead end. Make sure we miss that car. First time. What do you think? Chances? No, totally missed it. Job's a good one. Okay, so it looks like we're going down the bumpy stretch. Wolf, I will start with ETS2 standard truck. Then after some earning money in a bank loan, you're going to buy a nice Scania Globetrotter, big cabin, 730 HP. Yeah, big fan of Scania. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Scanias at all. I can totally understand why you and many others have so much appreciation of Scania. Look at that. Only 10 tons, which is a bit surprising. That's one of the problems with American Truck Sim, is there's not enough trucks to pick from. In the default, anyway. I'm sure there's loads of mods and stuff available now. 65 miles per hour limit down here. Yeah. That's not happening. Avoid that tree. If I remember rightly, there's a rock down here somewhere. Volvo only had the straight six cylinder engine. I'll take your word for that. Oh, there's that boulder. Oh crikey, how am I going to get up that hill with this tiny little engine I've got in here? This is going to be a challenge. Definitely going to want to be down in the low gears. That was the wrong gear. We're going to struggle to get up here. Let's allow ourselves to roll back a bit. Cannot see a damn thing out there. I'm not going to change down a gear because I think that'll absolutely kill the revs. Or change up a gear rather. I do have a low gear which I could use. Yeah, Wolf, if you could just nip out, give it a bit of a push there, mate, that'd be great. I think we might crawl our way up here. Very slowly. Which is fine. We don't have to worry about blowing the engine up in a game like this. Excellent. No traffic would be nice. And delivered. That wasn't so hard after all. Blind everybody with the high beam. What have we got here? Some roadworks perhaps? Ah, nothing at all. Time to cruise. I think I was probably meant to stop there, but there was nothing coming, so... I need to work on setting up my buttons. I know the game has A, retarder, B, a cruise control, but I don't have any of that set up on my buttons, and I can't be bothered to look at the keyboard to figure out what it is. So in the next stream, or maybe after I've dropped this delivery off, because we got until 3 today, so we've got a bit of time, a bit of driving to get in. So I think I'll probably, after I've dropped this one off, take a bit of time and... Ah, look, it's one of the truck stops, the rest area. There's a whole bunch of those all over this Oregon DLC, which is nice. But yeah, I think I'll get some buttons bound. ETS I'm all set up, but yeah, in this one. On ATS I haven't really had the time or the inclination to bind anything to anything. I'm surprised I didn't get a speeding ticket then. 60 miles an hour is the speed limit right now. I know how you can love your gear shifter. Oh, lower your gear shifter. Ah, cool. Ah, okay, okay, nice, nice, nice. Give you a shout when I have time, and you'll send me a drawing via Discord. Nice one, thank you. I've got an idea myself, actually. I think I might be able to bolt this to my chair, but I'll still be interested to see what your idea is. It might be better than my own. Way station bypass service. Please pull in for a vehicle inspection. Oh crikey, I've never done this before. Stop at the scale thing ahead and activate it by pressing the button. Okie dokes. Let's do it. To pass the inspection, press enter. Vehicle gross weight 24 tons. Thank you for your cooperation. Have a safe journey. Cool. That's the first time I've ever had to do that. Don't think there's anybody there. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Interesting. Ah, and there's our drop-off coming up already. I think all the petrol stations are new as well. Fairly sure they're not default ATS petrol stations, or gas stations as I should call them. That's interesting. I thought we'd be coming off there, but apparently not. That's this one. So, by rights, I can turn here, can't I? Seems that way. Just make sure I don't include that kind of driving in my in real life driving, because in the UK that will not go down well. Wow, look at that aeroplane. Not sure if it's crashed or been parked there. It's taken out part of the fence, so yeah, it's possible it has crash landed there. Avalanche Steel. Oh, cool. That's one of the new companies. Mr. Sim UK, if you please take a picture on your driver setup, it will be easier to find out a good shifter solution for you. I can do that. I can certainly do that. Not right now, obviously, but I can do that. No, thank you, thank you. Have I got my high beam on? I have. Whoops, sorry guys. It was pretty cool that pretty cool that that car flashed me. Wow, massive stutters today. I wonder if FPS.
Oh yeah.
Gaming Kev is now following. Thank you very much, Gaming Kev. I wonder if the lack of pedestrians is because of the FPS issues in ATS. I don't really know for sure if that is a known thing. Ho ho Sim, thought I'd follow you before. No worries. Where are we going here? Ah, cool. Now I need to set this up so that the game dictates where I park. I hate being asked where I want to park it. Just tell me. Far more realistic that way. Wow, big stutter. Goodness me, what is going on? Completely frozen. Twitch lost your follow. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Twitch is a bit of a conundrum, I'd say. Oh Lord, have we crashed? Let's go straight to game cam here. Yeah, I think we've crashed, guys. Oh wow. I don't think that's ever happened to me before in ATS. Ah, she's back. Where do you need it? Confirm. Proceed to the unloading area, head towards the red flag on your map. Do you know, I think my PC must be doing something. Because this is behaving most erratically right now. Is it upgrading? Or updating, you mean? I don't know. Maybe. It shouldn't be doing it whilst I'm... Oh, okay. And it started working again. You got a driver update today. Oh, my Windows updated. Yeah, Windows updated this morning. Yeah, so I was expecting some issues, to be fair. It could very well be that. I agree. Okay. Options, gameplay. Let's get this set up properly. Show truck limit, always north, always. Navigation, parking difficulty. Random parking, please. Random road events low, rain probability low. Transmission type. Yep. Truck speed limiter, no. I'll do that myself, thank you. Air brake simulation, realistic fuel consumption, yes. Cruise control, that all looks good. Yep. Okay. Not a happy bunny, I tell you. Something. Your PC always slows down just before an update. Yeah. Mine usually starts breaking just after one. Half of this stuff I haven't even got turned on. Let's have the retarder set up. Retarder increase, decrease. Lift, drop, trailer axle. Differential lock. That's probably worth having. Cruise control. I'll slap you on that one. So we'll have drive-by camera. We'll have next camera. Interior camera. That's going to be a nightmare till I remember it. Trailer attach, detach. I'm going to stick that there. Menu could be that one. Right, okay. I think that's us fairly good. You only play this in VR. You brought yourself an Acer mixed reality headset. Ah. And how is the Acer mixed reality headset? I've not really heard much about it, to be fair. I tried playing this in VR once, and it looked awful. That was in an Oculus Rift. It really looked bad, made me feel sick and everything. But I've got a slightly better graphics card now. It's great, is it? Did you have to tweak with your settings or anything, or did you just leave it as is and off you go sort of thing? It is something I want to start putting on the channel as a bit of VR. For £300 it's good. My Oculus was £300 actually. And I've got to say I am pretty damn happy with it. Oh, okay. It's going to be a little bit challenging. Thankfully it's just a normal trailer. That should make life a lot easier for me. Wish me luck, guys. Without being able to get out the truck, this is a tight one. Cannot see enough in that mirror to know whether I'm lining that up well or not. That looks too much to me. Let's do the escape the truck technique. Oh, we're not too badly lined up there. So as long as I can stay clear of these logs. Obviously once we get through the gate there is that thing in the way. But if I'm heading towards that then my line is completely off anyway. Nothing to worry about down this side, except for that fence maybe. Okay, I think we got this. Little bit more, little bit more. Teeny tiny bit more. There we go. Whoa, too much nearly. Oh, and that thing. God damn it. Luckily I hit it so gently it's not going to affect us, but yeah, that was, I knew that was put there specifically to be awkward, and it scored very highly on that. Then once I get it in there I'll probably straighten it out again. Yeah, we're quite we're incredibly skew-whiff. That's okay, we can fix that. We'll come back and read those messages in a moment. Oh crikey, I've made a right pig's ear of it. Let's try and get that angle back. How we're going to do with this wall. It's going to be tight, isn't it? Luckily the wall ends. Oh, there's a gap in the wall at just the right point there. We're not quite right, but we're getting closer. as anticipated, that flipping trailer is now causing additional issues. But we're definitely nicely lined up now. We should be alright this time. Watching my corners. I realise that overlap off the building there is also a bit of an issue. I think I'll go past it and then pull it forwards. I think that's probably the best way. Oh, we seem to have touched something. Perhaps there isn't as much space down the back there as I thought there was. It's got to be close, right? I was in it then for a second, wasn't I? God damn. This time. Surely to goodness. It's close enough. So you left ATS and ETS as ultra settings. You bought the Creed boxing game. You do burn. It does burn you out. Yeah, do you know, I've been looking at that Creed boxing game. It looks really good. And you recommend trying War Thunder in VR. Great in VR planes. Right now, Acer Mixed Reality is $279.97 on Amazon. That's pretty good. That's not bad. I don't think you can get an Oculus Rift for 300 anymore. I think it's probably closer to 400, so that's a good deal. And incidentally, I tried DCS World last night in VR, and oh my god, absolutely blew my mind. The only problem with it is you can't control the joystick or the throttle with your touch controllers yet. I'm hoping that's going to be included at some point. Anyway, that was an excellent delivery, apparently. Job's a good one. We've got, wow, hardly any money in the bank. 4,414. We do need to make some actual money. See if we can find a slightly better job. From here. Price. That's not a bad one. From Klamath Falls to Ontario. Or we could go to Portland. I think that's where we started, actually, Portland. Medford. Now that's an interesting route. Why does it do that? Why does it go down and then across like that? Oh, I see. That's why. Wow, there must be mountains between Klamath Falls and Medford, I guess. Otherwise they just put a tunnel in or something. That game is free. Oh, that's War Thunder is free, isn't it? Yeah. I do keep looking at it. Yeah, I suppose if it's free, there's no real reason not to give it a try. So next week, by the way, guys, next week, if you're interested, on Twitch, I'll be doing flight sim stuff. So this week is all about driving, bit of American Truck Sim. I want to do a bit on Assetto Corsa's Competizione, which is brilliant, by the way. Despite being very, 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 very early access, it is absolutely superb. Really impressed. What are we in here? Stop going to quick jobs. Freight market, that's what we're after. Klamath Falls. Ontario, Portland, Salem. We could do Salem. That's scrap metal, 10 tons. That's home accessories, which is boring as hell. And that's furniture, 14 tons. Yeah, I think we'll go for this one purely because it's the most amount of money. It's a decent drive. It looks nice and wibbly wobbly all the way over there to Ontario. Yeah, let's give that a go. Let's quickly check on the sleep situation. It's not good, is it? Should have checked that first. How long have we got? How long have we got to go pick up that job? Expires in 1 hour and 58 minutes. Gosh darn it. And it's got to be there really early tomorrow morning. So we can't even have a nap. Ah well. Ah well, we'll give it a go anyway. Why not? Grind it, baby. Goodness me, the stutters. I'm just going to really quickly get out of that road before someone hits me. Just take a quick look and see if I can't figure out what's running in the background to cause this issue. Right, okay, shut a couple of things down. I think we'll be okay now. What have we got here? Heartwood furniture. Cool. All linked to the trees in this area. Everything is linked to tree felling, which is kind of cool, I think. Right, our trailer's round the back. Let's go grab it. Nearly went down there. Very nearly went down there. Is that it? There she is. Second one in. It's going to be a little bit tight to get out, but I think we should be fine. Oh, in fact, look at that. Well, I don't know, actually. Can we get out that way? Because if you look at the map, there's no road there. There's no link. Is that perhaps a bug? Perhaps there's meant to be a road connection there, I don't know. We'll try it. Why not? With a little bit of a helping hand. First time in. Lovely. I don't see why we can't go that way. It looks like the much easier way out. Let's give it a go and see what happens. You can go out that way. You thought the same. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right there, Kev. I think you can. Who is sending me messages here? On talk. Ah, on talk. Hello. I can't talk to you right now. Sorry, bud. Right. Let's get this thing rolling. Now I'm well aware that we're really tired and we're going to need to be getting some sleep. So I think I'm just going to drive as far as I can. Because it's quite a long drive, this one. Until we need a rest. And you know, if it ends up being late, then it's late. What can I do about that? Incidentally, Kev, you were absolutely right. That was the way to go. And obviously, it's a bit of a bug on the GPS/map. But mostly, I have to say, in defense of the DLC, it's pretty tidy. It's pretty well put together. I really haven't had any issues. And technically, that wasn't even an issue. It was just, you know, a shortcut, I guess. Past the crashed plane. Wow, that was close. They are coming down there at some speed, I've got to say. I can't exactly pull out that fast. Where did that truck come from? Was it a bus? It wasn't there 2 seconds ago. Come on, get into gear. That was a shifter problem there. We're away. See if I can get up to 65 miles per hour. Now turn the limiter off. That should be a lot easier. Kev says, got yourself Oregon special t-shirt and poster from the SCS store. I didn't even know such things were available. So what are your thoughts of Oregon so far then, Kev? If you've already got it, or is it still waiting to arrive? Yeah, I'd say, personally, I'd say it's the best DLC, and I think so far it's the best DLC so far, and I think it really gives American Truck Simulator, which is harder to say than you might think. American Truck Simulator, it gives it, yeah, it gives it a sort of a new lease of life almost. SCS always have your money. Yeah, they've got a lot of mine as well. Although I have to say, this Oregon DLC was provided for SimUK by one of our Patreons, Seth T. Big shout out to Seth, thank you very much. Really muchly appreciated. And truth be told, I'm not sure I would have got this DLC myself, because I don't play American Truck Simulator very much, and I'd almost forgotten about it, truth be told. But this DLC really has given it a new lease of life in my eyes. So much more interesting and pleasant to drive around in this than everything that's come before it, I'd say. Speeding a lot. What am I doing? 70? Supposed to be doing 55. Let's slow ourselves down a bit. Well, that's cool. We probably made a bit of time up there. They've learnt a lot. You can see from the old game they've done. Yeah, do you know what, Kev? I'd have to agree with that. I think American Truck Simulator is far more polished, far more modern looking, just a better game in total, but lacking content, lacking variety, and lacking interest, really. And in my previous stream I was commending SCS for introducing a whole bunch of new stuff, like unexpected events on the roads and so on, things which I'd never thought of or considered being needed in the game, but my word, they have really boosted not only ATS but ETS as well. Oh, you would be turning left, wouldn't you, just as I decide to stop to let you pass. Same again. These guys need to put their blinkers on a bit earlier for me. 40 mile an hour limit, going east on 299. And this is Canby. Nice little town. Very pleasant looking. Pretty much in the middle of nowhere, I'd say. Speed limit up to 55, not 65, 55. Oh, we got cruise control now, haven't we? Nice. See if I can hold it at 55 for a while. Sharp corner though. That wasn't a sharp corner. Nearly had a Crocodile Dundee moment there. This is a sharp corner. I forgot to turn the wheel cam off. There we go. Let's have that back on so you guys can see what's going on. 35. No trains, thankfully, because I wouldn't be able to stop. Now, there was somewhere to sleep there, but ideally I want to push through, get this delivery dropped off before I have a kip. Maybe a little bit of speeding could help us achieve that goal. Nice river. Whoops. I think we really need the headlights on. Actually, I don't know. It's raining, isn't it? It's probably sensible to keep them on. Be as visible as possible. There is an argument, of course, that your lights should be on whenever you're driving, especially if you're on a motorcycle. Okay, so we're officially speeding a little bit down here. But it looks like a nice long stretch of road. I think we could probably get maybe up to 65, 70 down here without anyone noticing. Stay on vigilant lookout for the 5-0. We're going to catch up with these trucks. Now I could drive sensibly, or I could try and overtake these guys. It depends where we meet them. I need these windscreen wipers going faster. Did I just get speeding ticket? I think I did. It's all the way down to 45 now. And then down to 35. Drop the gear. In Sweden, it's law to have the lights on 24/7. Ah, that's interesting. It's probably a good law, to be fair. It would also explain why Volvos always have their lights on. I don't think you can drive a Volvo without the lights on, can you? Unless there's like a specific override button. Coming through Lakeview now, nice little town. .25 speed limit, seriously? It's not a bad speed limit actually, 25. Loads of fantastic shops and stuff. Cafe. I'm surprised that isn't like a truck stop. Okay, turning right through Burns. Speed limit jumps up again, and away we go. Today we are hauling, I think, 10 tons of logs. Oh, what's this going on up here? Some dude's been pulled over. Not looking happy, standing out in the rain. Yeah, we got 10 tons of logs today. No, we haven't. That was the last one. This is furniture. I'm telling you, absolute porcupines. The first run of the day was 10 tons of logs. This one is, I think, 11 tons of furniture, if memory serves. You came over to the UK with your lights on and all the British drivers flashed their lights on you. So you had to pull the fuse out for the auto lights. Wow, that's interesting. I suppose because in a truck your lights are going to be that much higher, sort of eye level, I suppose. What were you driving at the time, Wolf? Was it Scania? Indeed. Yeah, I suppose in the UK we're not really used to it. But like I say, I remember distinctly as a kid, Volvos always had their lights on. So, you know, British drivers should have been at least somewhat aware. Right, I think I can take this ambulance here on this stretch of road. Incidentally, what a fantastic stretch of road this is. Let's not overtake this thing at the moment. Let's try and hold our line, and look at that for a view. It was a bit of a quick view. I'll do another one in a second. Once we're on a straight-ish bit, like here. Pretty nice, huh? Does look good. You think you think I've driven into Skyrim? Skyrim's on VR as well, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. So it was the new Toyota Celica XT Fastback. So not the truck at all. Oh, I was up on two wheels then. Did you hear that? I think I might be overdoing it slightly. Just wanted to catch these guys back up again. Since you can't afford VR, you don't bother looking at anything VR anyway. Yeah, VR is not cheap, and it's still very much in the early stages of development. Obviously, Vive have brought out their new HTC Pro version, featuring higher resolution, which is obviously a good thing, but it's flipping pricey, very pricey. I think it's like £600, and that doesn't include the handheld controllers either, which is just astronomically high, and there's quite a few competitors out there on the market now, or I don't think they're quite at market. They're in the final stages of development, sort of handing a few devices out to some prominent YouTubers, getting the name out and so on, but they're offering much wider peripheral vision at high resolution, and yeah, that's interesting. But I've got to say, and I'm going to remind you guys, next week I'm going to be doing some flight sim stuff, so I'll be including some VR stuff in that, because last night I tested out DCS World in VR and it is just absolutely amazing. Fantastic experience. So I might do a week of VR stuff. Whoa! I was reading your message and nearly stacked it into the back of the ambulance there. There's a great shot of a troll attacking a mammoth to the left. This DLC's got everything, clearly. Ooh. I did Sim Airport, didn't I? And the other Sim thing too. Yes, I did. I did do both. And they're both very good in their own right. They both struggle with the same things though. When you've got so many individual animated AI people running around, we're talking thousands of people, it starts to have a dramatic effect on FPS, and they both struggle with it, and I don't think there's any real solution, not in the short term anyway. It's just about having more power, more processing power, more GPU power. There is a limit as to what can happen or what can be done. Let's get up to 45. Whack the old cruise control on. Got a nice bit of open road in front of us. What's the name of the DLC? What, this one, Wolf? This is American Truck Simulator Oregon DLC, and if memory serves, it's about £10. Not sure that'd be in euros, about 15 euros, something like that. Getting tired. I've no idea how far we've got to go. What was that? That's probably the bank taking money out of my account. Oh, 35. Now, there is a rest stop right there. Let's just quickly see what state of play is. You got Sim Airport thinking that they were one in the same game. Hopefully you didn't get the wrong one. Well, how can I answer that? Sim Airport is the tiny little overhead characters, whereas Airport CEO is kind of 2D animated characters from the side, from an angle on. I think that's the only way I can describe them. To be fair, they're both really good games. They're both really fun. So even if it isn't the one you think it is, I'm sure you're still going to enjoy it. They're both really good. Right, so there is another rest stop there. But they're going to want it delivered in... That's going to take 2 hours and 38 minutes. And they want it delivered pretty quick, pretty soon. So I think we're just going to carry on. Fingers crossed. Hope that we don't fall asleep and crash. There's another prison architect style sim airport game similar to Sim Airport. Ah, yeah. So Sim Airport is that one that's similar to Prison Architect. The other one is Airport CEO, I believe. And there's another one coming out soon after that. Oh, burst pipe. Yeah, there's another one that's due out fairly soon, which I can't remember the name of, but looks interesting. Again, I fear it's going to suffer with the same limitations that both those pre-mentioned games have. There's not a huge amount that can be done about that, to be honest. All comes down to your processing power, GPU, SSDs, all that kind of good stuff. Oh man, we're going left here. Too much chatting, not enough concentrating. Yeah, for a minute I thought you were going to wait for me, but you're not here. You might. Thank you ever so much. I feel like these lanes are going to merge. Had a feeling they might. Still 35-mile-an-hour limit. Goodness me. Well, do you know what? I'm going to be a bit cheeky and I'm going to punch it. Because otherwise we're going to fall asleep before we get to where we're going. Oh, nice river. Excellent. So we're only marginally ahead of the speed limit there. Bad time to do that. As soon as I did that, I realised what a silly move that was. Airport CEO is the one that looks similar to Sim Airport. Not sure I'd say they look similar. I mean, obviously they're both based in an airport, so there are some similarities, but graphically I'd say they were really quite different. These are tight corners when you've got trailer stability on its lowest setting. Let's get some speed up. So you just googled it and oh dear, Are we going to make it? You just googled it, and are you still thinking they look the same? I'm thinking of another airport sim. Fairly sure I know which one Airport CEO is. A shame you can't put a picture in the chat or something so I could see what you were looking at. But I suppose they're both sort of from above. So there are definitely similarities. I agree, there are. I just found CEO to be more detailed, like closer, zoomed in closer. Yeah. Yep, I was up on 2 wheels. Pushing the boundaries of the balance there. I think we're going to do it again here. Slow down a little bit for this one. Oh, actually, we're under the speed limit right now, so I can punch it a bit more. Nice to see that the cows are animated. They do walk around and do stuff, eat the grass. If I think CEO is better, then you got the wrong one. Back when I played both of them and I was reviewing them both, CEO was definitely the better of the two. But since then, Airport Simulator has had a lot of updates, a lot of new content added, and that makes that game better. And on the flip side, what's going on here? Why have I got no gear? And on the flip side, Airport CEO kind of, it seemed to me like it ran into some performance problems. They're both excellent games, honestly. Either of them are most entertaining, and they're quite different in their, not only in their gameplay style but in their content, despite being both based in an airport. I don't think you're going to be particularly disappointed with either of them, but certainly back when I was reviewing, I found that Airport CEO was the more realistic of the two. I think I preferred it. Just. I mean, only just. There wasn't a lot in it, to be fair. Running out of fuel? You're having a laugh. I've nearly a full tank. Is that truck gonna... No, I think we're gonna be okay. So have we got enough fuel to get there, and will we fall asleep before we arrive? It's a tricky one, this. A challenge within a challenge. Oh no, it's just there, look. Excellent, we're going to make it. Wonderful. Or is it just there? Go. Well, we're in Ontario, so we are pretty close. Oops. Got into the right lane a bit early there. If you ran into, yeah, I mean, performance issues were definitely holding both of those games back. It's been a while since I played either of them, for no other reason than just I don't have the time. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on in both games pretty quickly, and it is gonna hit your FPS. There's almost no way that can't happen. But now you're waiting for Project Hospital. Yes, that does look interesting. I think maybe I need to be in the right hand lane here. And this is us. We blooming well made it. I can't believe it. Only just, mind, but just. And that's where they want it, over there. Okay. Fairly straightforward. Any semi-skilled truck driver should be able to do this in one go. See how many attempts it takes me. Wow. Just cannot see anything. Have I got like a zoom button? No, I really need one. I'm sure there's a zoom. Is there a zoom in this game? That'll be in cameras, won't it? Camera, 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 drive by, look left, zoom, interior camera. Boom, boom. Thank you ever so much. That'll make things ever so slightly easier. Right, I can actually kind of see what I'm looking at now, which is good. Although, truth be told, I can't actually make out what I'm looking at. I think I've misaligned that, or misaligned that straight off. But thank goodness we got this rear window. That's definitely enough. Damn it! Victoria 2 was your last buy. You have no idea what's going on there. That game has just so much going on. You're not wrong. God damn. This is a shambles. I'm going to fall asleep whilst parking this flipping thing, I can tell. Come on, get lined up properly. What is wrong with you? Something I can look at last. Okay, not the most impressive park ever, but it's in. We'll take that. Bit of money in the bank at least. Okay. Ah, we've unlocked something. So we've got lots of long distance stuff. Let's grab a high value cargo. They could be more interesting. What emails do we have? Overdraft has been settled. Oh wow. And my account is overdrawn. Well, that's interesting. Make your minds up. So in one email they're offering me money, then they're complaining that we're overdrawn, and now the overdraft has been settled. Oh, the overdraft has been settled. The bank loan has not. Have I still got an extra skill to spend? Let's have one of these as well then. Mix it up a bit. Okay, how are our finances then? 13,000 in the kitty. Where's the bank? Where is the bank? Oh wow. I've taken quite a few loans, haven't I? Let's take another 100,000 and then repay these. So we've got 87,544 left in the bank. We can almost clear off that debt as well, and then we'll just have the one, which is much nicer to look at least. Okay, good. Let's go find another job. Got time for one more, I think. Ontario to... Now, is that pronounced Dallas or Dales? Dry fruit, 17 ton, and it's one of these split... Does it tell me what it is? Like a double. They're really difficult to park. They are so tricky to park. There's another one there. It's quite interesting. 21 tons. Then some boring ones. 27 tons to Pendleton. It's only 7,000, but yeah, that could be a challenge, couldn't it? Heavy cargo, standard delivery, articulated trailer. That's what it is. Wow, this should be a challenge. Oh no, I've got to go and sleep. Oh, I keep forgetting that. Okay, let's go sleep first, and then we'll look at the jobs. So out of here, turn right. Wow, there's sleeping everywhere. Like a trucker's paradise. Alrighty. Grind it. That was an accidental reverse there. Wow, all over the shop right now. Is that the stop? Or is this the stop? That's a garage, so technically it is a stop, but only if you own it. So we're going to come over here instead. And I think we can get through to the motel here. This is all a bit weird. Repair shop. It's a nice place to buy a garage, actually. So we're going to need some fuel as well, aren't we? Let's do that first. Handbrake on, engine off. Fill her up. Excellent. Full tank of gas. Soon we'll be fully fit and ready for work. It's quite a pleasant view, that, actually. Time for a rest and a sip of water. DUI, says Wolf. It was a bit like that, wasn't it? Suddenly lost the power to drive. And yeah, I haven't murdered any hitchhikers yet, so you're guessing I'm going to get an achievement for that. I saw a video once, I don't know if you guys have seen it, where there was a passenger in the vehicle and the further he drove, the more angry she got. And he was just driving down the road and looking at her like this. And then eventually, one time when he looked at her, she just attacked him with these like massive teeth. It's rather scary. Right, let's go find a job. From Ontario. We've been to Bend, haven't we? House prefabs. Or we've been through Bend, at least. Where's this one? Portland. Oh, no, that's where we started off. Bend, Bend, Bend. Lakeview. We've been through there. Burns. We've been through Burns, haven't we? We have, yeah. Wow. Not a lot of jobs, actually. External contracts. I think Happy Thoughts. That's going to Portland. Pressure tanks. A lot of stuff going down to California. Well, there's one. What's this? Medford. Isn't that where we just came from, Medford? It's quite a long drive. 40 tons? 40 tons? 40,000 pounds? 40 tons? I don't know. You think you've seen that video, Kev? Yeah. Yeah. Quite scary. quite scary. Bend, Salem. Oh, that's not a bad one. I can't speak English. A quick, not trick question, but general knowledge question. In this game, what are these green tractors called? See how many of you are tractor savvy. Once we pick it up, I'll tell you. The trailer is ready. Proceed. Okay. Sounds like the engine's already on. Oh, wow. Can't get out this way. Barriered off. Incidentally, any of you interested in Farm Sim 2019? There's quite a few positive comments coming from the devs, or new features, changes, etc. Maybe not as many as I'd like to have seen, but improvement is improvement. Okay, the only games you play now: Prison Architect, RimWorld, and Airships. CTS. I'm not sure what CTS stands for. But I've seen RimWorld, and actually I was really impressed. And I actually contacted the dev team and asked them whether or not they'd be willing to provide me a key in return for some gameplay and review footage, and they said no. Actually, they were very genuine. They've got a minimum target that a channel has to have in order to provide keys for those purposes, and yeah, we're not hitting those targets basically, so which is fine. At least they were kind enough to what's going wrong with my third gear? At least they were kind enough to contact me back and say no and explain why, and many people don't even bother doing that. Airships conquer the skies. And I should do RimWorlds. Yeah, I mean, I've only ever seen one gameplay footage. And that was on Twitch, interestingly. I can't remember who it was. But, yeah, it really interested me. It looked so good. Because as much as I love my sim games, I also love RTS games. And yeah, that one looked to have so much quality. It's quite expensive though, RimWorld, isn't it? Oh crikey, 4% damage. And I didn't even line it up properly. That's pretty bad. Let's try that again. Oh, what the hell am I hitting? Terrible. There's a heap of mods, and yes, it was expensive, but you have to say it's worth it. Yeah. Yeah. Gaming Kev says you thought farming team asked me to go to Germany for Farm Sim 19. No, not at all. There was a bit of interest in Sim UK, the channel, when Pure Farming came out, and I slagged it off whilst everyone else was saying how fantastic it was. Well, I didn't slag it off. Let me correct myself. I didn't slag it off at all. I merely pointed out its limitations and its issues, and people didn't like that. It was a 50-50 split. Some people thought the game was great, some people thought it was rubbish. But other than that, there's never been any interest for anything I've done relating to Farm Sim on this channel, sadly. Because when I started Sim UK, I only played 2 games. I played ETS, but I wasn't streaming it. Man, this is heavy. This is heavy. I played ETS 2, but I wasn't streaming it. That's weird. So I'm in first gear, full throttle. I'm not getting any wheel spin or any movement at all. Huh. So we might be in trouble here. Oh right, I hadn't actually coupled to it. Right, that would explain why we're going absolutely nowhere. But that was weird then, because I was trying to drive away and it wouldn't let me. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so when I started Sim UK, I only played ETS 2, although that wasn't on the channel. I played Flight Simulator Extreme, or FSX as it's also known. Oh, incidentally, these green tractors in the real world are called John Deeres, but in this game it's called Dear John. before I forget to tell you that. Right, okay, so yes, all I played was Farm Sim, FSX and ETS2. But yeah, there was no interest whatsoever at that time, unfortunately. You think you subbed to me quite a while ago? Yeah, I think you probably did. Back when Beautiful OB was a small YouTuber like me. So I think you know Beautiful OB, don't you? Pretty sure you do. Rainbow Dave channel is going. That's a shame. Do you mean going as in stopping, or going as in improving? Like doing well? You think you've noticed my channel in the chat of one of OB's videos? Yeah, no doubt. I don't watch OB anymore. Sadly, we used to talk all the time, he and I, but we don't do that anymore. And he's become very commercialized. He does kid stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he's become incredibly commercialized as well. It's all very much... I don't know if he's made those choices to change and do that, or whether he's being led or encouraged to produce that kind of content. Hey G Cooks! Oh, he's going to Germany. Who's going to Germany? Right, hang on. I'm trying to drive and read chat. It's a challenge. This is why you should never text and drive, ladies and gentlemen. Right, I'm going to try and hold that corner whilst I scroll up. Oh no, I can't scroll up. Just tell me again. Who is it? Who's going to FS19? He's way too hyped for no reason. Yeah, I mean, OB has always been, I wouldn't say highly strung, but hyperventilating, I think is probably a good way of describing OB. And quite often that led to some really entertaining, funny moments. I was glad when he stopped the swearing, because he used to swear an awful lot, and there was a bit too much for me. So I was glad when he stopped the swearing, but and I'm also happy for his success. He and I had a bet way back when that whoever got to 1 million subs first would pay for the other one to fly out and spend a week and look after him and, you know, show him the town and stuff. So yeah, I don't think that bet's still on, but either way it's not going to be me winning it, which is a bit of a shame, but there you go. Oh god. You didn't know it was the brand of tractor? Ah, yeah, John Deere's. John Deere's, incidentally, are in Farm Sim 19. Something which has been requested many, many times over, but never happened before. Partly because John Deere have their own simulator, which is more like a training tool than a game. But, you know, it's never really bothered me that much. Maybe I'm not a massive John Deere fan. You know, all that bit. I mean, I like John Deere equipment, but I'm not a massive fan. Don't get overly excited about John Deere stuff. Or maybe I do, but not that much. But yeah, I mean, there's always been modded John Deere tractors available, and they're pretty damn good. Some of them are excellent. Some of them are better than the default tractors from Giants. So it's never really bothered me that much. But anyway, they're included now in FS19, so that's nice. Keeps people happy. Cheers up the peeps. Rainbow Dave. Rainbow Dave. I'm not familiar with Rainbow Dave. I'll have to go check him out. They have trucks on the moon, says G Cooks. John Deere have trucks on the moon. Is that what you're saying? I finding it difficult to keep up with all these different conversations. John Deere have trucks on the moon. Okay. It's theoretically possible. Rest area, but I think we're good. We're definitely speeding a bit. Only a smidge. Oh, did I not change the title? What's the title today then? It should be American Truck Sim. I'm still trying to beat Twitch into submission, to be fair. Quite often what I want it to do and what it does are not necessarily the same thing. Oh, Kenworth. You never know. He was very despondent at one point and was thinking about quitting, but he hung in there, and then he had that massive break with Rick. Oh, please pull in again. Yeah, Brick Riggs. He had an overnight success, really, didn't he? I think he's just tipped 100,000 subs, and he's doing really well. And fair play to him. Fair play to him. I did tell OB way back that I thought he had absolutely everything needed to be a massive YouTube star, and I'm glad to say I was absolutely spot on, wasn't I? Live game reviews with Sim UK in the title. Yeah, the game name. What is the game name then? Shows deliver us the moon. Balls. Why does it still say that? I changed it yesterday, I'm sure I did. Right, okay, so the game name is wrong. Apologies, guys. I don't think I can change that easily right now. We'll just pretend that it doesn't say that and carry on regardless. Damn, this thing is heavy. What does that sign mean? I'm confused by the road layout a little bit there. Oh, okay, I got you. .35 speed limit. Oh, I was just braking, officer. Look, now I'm doing 25. Does that not make up for it? Goodness sake. Blast. I was doing really well with not actually getting any speeding tickets today. I think that's my first one. Gosh darn it. Brick Rigs killed one of your sub 2 channels. You hate it. Which channel was that? Because it made beautiful OB overnight. From 400 subs to 40,000 in the space of 4 weeks or something. Something ridiculous like that. Oh, it killed OB's channel. Yeah, it changed it dramatically, didn't it? Did you see, actually, I saw a little while ago that OB put an announcement out saying that he was going to create a second channel for more grown-up adult content, like back in the old days kind of stuff. But it really didn't take off. Well, I don't know, actually, if it took off or not. I think I went and checked out one video and I didn't like it. It felt like he'd changed a bit. Whereas he just used to be himself and he was all really natural and like incredibly overexcited. It just seemed to be more of the same with the kids stuff, but just with loads of extra swear words in. That's how it felt to me anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, he has. I was going to say, go and check it out. Maybe he's still doing it, but you think he's dropped it? Yeah, it did. It just didn't feel right. Whereas that kind of adult humour worked before, I think, you know, now he's got into the rhythm of beautiful OB as it is now. He's just kind of, that is now his persona. That is now how he is. And even when he tries to be different, he still ends up being the same, just with more swear words in it. But there you go. That's YouTube, I suppose. What's quite interesting is, and many YouTubers have said this, when they start a channel, their vision of what it's going to be, or how it's going to be produced and who it's going to attract, etc., is quite often very different from what actually happens. My channel, incidentally, believe it or not, you guys probably be shocked and surprised by this, but initially I started making YouTube videos for kids. I thought kids would enjoy my content, but if you look at my demographic, it's like 25 and above mostly. There's a few you know, youngsters that watch, but on the most part 25 or above. But I do still try and keep it clean. I try and keep the content as best as I can above board. That doesn't mean that I don't play games that are pretty risque. I don't know if you guys saw my gameplay on Mist Survival. That game scared the crap out of me. I've done the exact opposite of OB then. Yeah, I have indeed. Clearly I've done it the wrong way round, as he's seeing fantastic success. You got to be honest, you know, kids have more free time to watch YouTube, and they're more reliable viewers, I guess, because they like repetition, they like lots of the same stuff, whereas grown-ups tend to be a little bit less free to watch YouTube videos, especially long YouTube videos, and they, you know, ultimately they will get bored watching the same thing, so you got to keep coming up with new content, whereas kids will just watch the same old crap over and over and over again. Nice to see me keep it clean, thank you. Not a fan of swearing on Twitch. You don't know if kids are watching or not. Yeah, absolutely. Well, one of the things that's always kept me sort of behaving myself, well, I'd say behaving myself, it's a conscious decision not to go down that route, but I have a nephew who watches the channel, and he's like just turned 10 or 11 now, so, you know, I do know of at least one youngster that's watching, and as such I try and keep it family friendly. But sometimes I do play games that have swearing and stuff in, and when I'm playing against other people they swear, and there's really nothing I can do about that other than say, you know, this video has swearing in or whatever. But there you go, you know, you do what you do. I've got a young daughter myself. I think the thought of her accidentally stumbling across my channel and just seeing vulgar swearing and all sorts, no, couldn't be doing with that, I'm afraid. Not at all. I've been talking way too much. I need some water. Oh great, a corner. One-handed at 65. Perfect. No problem whatsoever. This is a challenge. And people do this in real life, by the way. which is crazy. It's how accidents happen. Checking your phone, changing the stereo, having a drink of water. Oddly enough, it's safer to do all of those things in an aeroplane than it is in a car. Yeah, in an aeroplane that's kind of frowned upon, but in a car it seems perfectly okay. But there you go. Alright, time to slow down. Quick sip of water. Veer across the road, indicators on, change gear. Drop down to the low gears. And perfect. Nice hill / mountain in front there. Another thing that's in this DLC, there's lots of new homes being built, which is one of the new... oh god, my fault entirely, do apologise. Cheers G-Kirks for the cheer, thank you. And crashed because I wasn't paying attention. God damn it. Yes, right. You don't mind swearing at all, but your few videos don't have any swearing in. It limits the viewership. Yeah, there's probably that as well. I say there's that as well. If you watch some of these big YouTubers, they swear freely. They have no concerns at all about swearing or not, and a lot of their stuff is, you know, aimed at children, which I find a little bit, as a parent, I find a little bit questionable. But then they're making YouTube a lot of money, and they're making themselves a lot of money, so trying to get that changed is probably not a viable route. Can't see it ever happening in the short term at least. Nope, not this one, not this one, not this one. Stay there, thank you. Just wouldn't stop. I had my foot flat down on the brake for ages then. Although you used to sub to English Gamer and his swearing was even too much for you. Every other word it was, yes. Some people do that. They kind of use it as a gap filler. Like if you were trying to explain something, you might say, the thing is interesting because excuse me guys, sorry, but other people fill it with the effing thing is effing something because effing this. There's no need for it really. No justification. Yep, G-Cooks, I agree completely. If I watch a stream and there's excessive swearing, I switch it off. There are times, as an adult, and I'm sure many of you will agree or disagree, but there are times where a swear word, correctly placed at the right time in the right context, can really make something funny hilarious. There are times where that makes sense. But to use it so frequently, like an replaced with a swear word, is just outrageously ridiculous, I think, quite often. My head tracking's just turned off, guys. That's not good. was extremely lucky that I was facing forwards when it stopped working. I'm not sure if the battery's gone or whether a bit of software is... Oh, I can't even look at the mirrors. Oh no! How far have we got to go? I'm going to have to limp it there, guys. I'm just going to have to limp it. Right, if you look, see how the sat-nav is telling me to turn off there? But I haven't, because all it does is it takes you up the top of the road there and then brings you back down on the same bit of road. I noticed this yesterday when I was driving. It's a bit odd. It's a bug, clearly. I'm not sure if it's part of the DLC or whether it's an ongoing ATS problem, but it definitely shouldn't be like that. These intersections, by the way, are really quite impressive in this DLC. They're not real, but they're very authentic. I do like them. English Gamer was a good channel. He used to do stuff with OB. Now I know who English Gamer is. Yes, he had an overnight success as well, didn't he? He was playing, what the hell was that game? Oh man, the one where you fix a car up. Oh, My Summer Car. Yeah, I think he had an overnight success with that. He was the first person to get the car running, and yeah, overnight became very famous because of that. I remember him now. And if I'd have just taken the time to read your next comment, that's exactly what you just said. But he didn't like the pressure of so many views and he stopped. Then he started, then he stopped, then he started a kids channel, and then he stopped. Oh, okay, so he's a bit hit and miss there. Do you know what? There is a lot of pressure when you start to get popular as a channel. I mean, I'm still very small in comparison to the likes of Beautiful OB and the English Gamer and many other YouTubers. But even with... I wanted to look at those horses. Do you see them all? They're all stationary, look. That's weird as heck. Yeah, I mean, there is a pressure. One thing I did, which I think I've probably mentioned a few times before, I was trying to do series gameplay on games that people wanted to see series gameplay on. But then I became bound to making sure a video was ready for that day. If you produce, like, if you bulk produce them, people don't like it because they can't then interact with you as you're playing it. My circumstances are very different than most YouTubers. Most YouTubers have a dedicated room for streaming and video making. They don't have the family issues that I have and stuff. There's many things. I mean, everybody's different, obviously, but I just found it to be way too much pressure. And I've only been doing it for 2 weeks, but I'm really enjoying twitching for a couple of hours a day and then using that footage to create other content. I also get to speak to people in real time. It's a lot nicer. It's a lot different, but overall I think it's nicer doing it this way. "64-bit train simulator 64-bit train simulator is out tomorrow." You're not wrong, G Cooks, and that could have a profound that could make a profound difference to the game, because it does get stuck quite a lot, doesn't it? Yes, that could be very interesting. I've still got a couple of Train Sim World videos to make. The New York DLC and the German one. The German one I don't own at the moment. Dovetail Games, I'll tell you a little story whilst we're on our way to our drop-off. Dovetail Games, I don't think are a big fan of my reviews of their work, despite me saying that they are the best train sim available, and I was quite positive about the flight sim game until I realised what they were like internally. The German one is the best one so far. Yeah, everybody's telling me that. Everybody's telling me that, which is interesting because I had literally just decided that I wasn't going to play any more Train Sim World. I'd just give up and maybe come back to it when the Steam Train was released. But yeah, everybody's telling me the German one is the best one so far. So I desperately want to see it now. I want to get it and try it. But being a YouTuber, obviously I can't buy every DLC that comes out. I don't have enough views to make enough money to do that. So I have to pick and choose, and quite often I have to rely on the development team to provide me with content or to provide me with games so that I can make reviews. Otherwise I just can't do it. So Dovetail Games absolutely hate me, right? Partly because they did invite me to become partnership with them for Flight Sim World, but then when I realised what their attitude was like, I pulled out. I said I don't want to do it anymore. So stop sending me stuff, stop inviting me to do chats and things. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to associate Sim UK with Flight Sim World. And understandably, they didn't take too kindly to that. I thought they were going to be professional about it and sort of distance Flight Sim World from Train Sim World, you know, and maybe we'd still be able to work on Train Sim stuff. I thought he was turning right up here. Nearly had an accident then. Anyway, long story short, every time I asked for a Train Sim DLC or game key or something so I can make a review on it and share my thoughts with people and show, you know, promote the game but highlight its positive points and its negative points, they always declined every single time, until about a month ago when they sent me again a DLC. It was the Somerset DLC down in Minehead, which I already owned. So I think I just get the impression that they saw that I already had the DLC. I'd already paid for it myself out of my own money, because I have a lot of I've been down there on that route many times. I've got lots of family memories and stuff associated with that route. So I think they sent it to me just to piss me off. I'm absolutely certain of it. Absolutely certain of it. So yeah, anyway, I gave that DLC key to one of our viewers and made them happy, which is good. Puts a smile on my face as well. Would I want to do YouTube full-time as a job? I do. I do full-time YouTube as a job. I just don't make any money. Ah! Bugger. Slightly distracted there. Not your fault. Yeah, I do YouTube full-time. I just make no money at all. It's not a successful channel, but it's a passion. I mean, I really enjoy reviewing games and creating content and writing the scripts. It's fun. I really enjoy it, and I'd love to be successful at it, but yeah, I'm a terrible driver. The problem is I'm reading all of your messages more than I am paying attention to the road, and that doesn't work well. So effectively it's your fault, guys. My driving's fine. It's your texting that's causing problems. I mean, what is this? I looked at the road. The road seemed absolutely clear. Look, do you see that truck that smashed up there? Why do I get the distinct impression he didn't see the gate either? Right, where were we? German safety systems are quite difficult, but in Train Sim World it's easier to understand, and the manual was good at explaining it. Now I even drive Train Sim with PCB and SIFA on. I know what PCB is, but I don't know what SIFA is off the top of my head. I probably do. I can't see anything, I can't turn my head, so we're just going to casually roll out in the middle of the road and hope nothing's coming. Got pretty lucky there. I've got to say, Train Sim World and Flight Sim World were using that blue highlighted indicator for tutorial purposes. And I rate that so highly. I think it's so good. I wish they went into more depth in terms of the mechanical operations, cold and dark starts, etc. I've said all this in my reviews before. But the tutorials and the documentation that they supply with their DLCs and their any game releases that they bring out, really, really, really high quality. The thing is that bugs me the most is they are more than capable of producing the most amazing DLC content. What the hell is going on here? I'm completely confused. Where am I dropping this thing off? So we're going to Salem, Darchel, Uzua. Can't say that. So where is that? It's there. What the hell am I doing all the way up here? Did I miss a turning, guys? SIFA is a beep every minute to make sure you're awake. Dead man switch. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Okay, thanks very much, Caleb. Nice of you to join us. Take care of yourselves. I've got to turn around and go back anyway. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourself, maybe. Right. We're going to do a totally illegal UE here, which is going to be difficult because I don't have head tracking. Well, actually, it's kind of given me a UE option here, aren't we? Let's do it. Let's just do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, I keep turning my head. This is going to make parking the truck really difficult, isn't it? Having no head tracking. Look at the sat nav, it's all over the place. Oh, brilliant. So the sat nav said, oh no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I'm going left, I can't turn my head, I'm sorry. Please don't drive into me. Goodness me. Stay there. So guys, my little one is going to be home in 15 minutes. I'm going to drop this one off and then end the stream there. So I'm going to say thank you guys for joining me for this. It's been a really interesting chat, or chats, multiple chats. Lots of interesting points of view and stuff to chat about, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. Oh god. Well, we won't discuss the driving quality too much. But in truth, the main reason for doing this is to get a taste and a feel for Oregon, and I'd say we've done pretty well of achieving that. We've been to most of the towns and the cities. We've seen a lot of the new modelling, a lot of the new content, a lot of the new businesses and stuff. Big shout goes out again to Seth T, who actually provided this, donated it to the channel. Massive thank you. And I've got to say, my interest in American Truck Simulator has peaked once again because of this DLC. Certainly enjoying the environment a lot more than I was New Mexico and so on. It's good, really good. And I think on Twitch, believe it or not, on Twitch, no, sorry, on Steam, if you look at the reviews for this DLC, I think there's about 365, 400, something like that. It's got 97% positive feedback, which is just amazing. I can't recall the last time a game had such positive feedback. It's not even a game, is it? It's just a DLC. Quick heads up, by the way, whilst I'm thinking about it. If you've ever played the flight... Is it in here? It is, isn't it? I completely missed this first time round. Just hope and pray I don't clip that inside edge. So yeah, there was a game I used to play. Oh, bloody names escapes me now. Where you're flying in a Lancaster bomber, World War II, and it's all mouse controlled, and you have to click and highlight things and shoot them down. And they're bringing out their new DLC, which incidentally is now a B-17. So yeah, I'm interested to see that actually. I'm a massive B-17 fan. I love the British aircraft, obviously, from the World War II era. The Spitfire, the Hurricane, all of which... Oh man, I was going to drive in this way, and they've deliberately blocked it off. The sods. Right, I'm going to have to do it properly then. Cheers for that, fella. Right, now I never use these, but I think it's going to be impossible if I don't have them up. Or maybe I should use them just for reversing in future. I think I'm going to have to line it up and then have a second go at this. I don't think I'm going to get it first time. Just missed that wooden pillar there and that wall. Close, but no cigar. Oh no, I've messed it up now. Massive right hand down. No chance. No chance. This is so hard without head tracking. Right, so we're going to go right hand down, line her up as best we can. Missed the building. Straighten up again. A little bit too late. Oh. Oh, this is agonizing. Go on, swing round. If I can get back far enough to straighten up, then we're good, but I think I'm going to hit that pillar. Yeah, there it is. Oh, great. Now we're hitting the other pillar. Oh, God. Right, there's only one logical thing to do here. Right, let's do this. Don't know if you saw that. Train Simulator just had an announcement come up. It's an announcement saying that they're going to make an announcement, not an actual announcement. Is that going to be close enough? I'm not convinced it is. Oh, 25th time lucky. Got to be it this time. Still no. Good Lord. There's one thing to be said for American trucks in. The parking locations are a lot tighter, a lot harder. And I actually think that's a good thing. It wouldn't be so bad if I had head tracking on. But as I don't, it does kind of complicate things slightly. Good God! I can't use mirrors at all. Let me turn round! I'll tell you what. Here we go. Right. That is really tight, isn't it? That will do, ladies and gentlemen. That will do. Thanks for the stream. Why won't I try Mac R series in ATS? It's in the Steam Workshop. Do you know what, Kev? I think I might do, because one of the things that annoys me about this game is there's not enough trucks. So something new would be great. Anyway, guys, finally, I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you so much for joining me. It's an absolute pleasure to have you come along. And I hope to see you again in the future sometime. Until then, take care of yourselves, and goodbye for now.